Wisconsin River, and we're about to board the Merrimack Ferry when it gets across again. On our way to Badger Steam and Gas in Baraboo, so Hank's gonna be filming that today, and I don't know what else to say for an introduction.
That'll be good, thanks.
Use it to drive your lawnmower in there.
What that Wisconsin sell for new?
Have no idea. I'm sorry.
Okay, well first you belt it up to the flywheel. Now this is a bigger flywheel like we have on our balers, just to keep the thing going when you're putting wood into it. And then the one we had a table here, and this is hinged, so you'd set your log here and keep sliding it down one length as you pressed your table into the blade. And then if you were just picking up small limbs from the woods, you had your firewood. If you're cutting bigger ones, you would have to split them, but it looks like this had a capacity of maybe 10 inches, 8 inches. It's not a huge blade. We used to have larger blades on it. That was that one throttled, and that was my
Start. Get it warmed up, it smooths out. It's air cooled, that's why the fan. Yeah. They also made a water cooled one, but this one happened to be air. And it's the same thing inside as it has today. It's just smaller. Way back then they didn't know how to hook the wheels onto that axle, so I inherited it in '94. The scrapbook you'll see back there, it was a disaster. I have no idea what it was. A friend of mine had it, and he liked to hide the little thing. The name tag right here, and the thing on the front. And we found it in his stuff when we was going through it. That's when I found out what it was. Yeah. That's an air horn.
Yeah.
What's key? Originally, this had dry cell batteries in there, and you started it on them, and you switched it over and ran it on the mag over there. This is like a Cub Cadet. Both plugs fire at the same time all the time. And we had a heck of a time figuring all that out. Finally got it understood. So then I tied them together so it don't matter which one. I got it, in fact, with the electronic ignition now, it runs on 12 volts. I got a lawnmower battery sitting in there with a battery tender mounted under it.
Now, what does it have for a transmission? Does it have multiple gears?
2 forward, 1 reverse.
Okay.
Low gear, high gear, reverse, clutch. This is the parking brake, and that's the foot brake, which is a band around the differential. In the book says you push on that, and if that don't slow you down, you vigorously pull on this. All you're going to do is slide the back wheels. Traction-wise, you better be on dry ground,
Yeah.
even in the wet grass. And I found out from a guy in Ohio who ended up buying all of the high-wheeler stuff from International when they phased them out. He said, well, you can get chains for them. Huh? I had thought about wrapping some hay rope around it. Fun toy to play with.
That's cool.
Lots of work. Always something to work. There's no gaskets and nothing. Everything was metal to metal. And of course, when we had it all apart, we used forma gasket to put everything back together. Finally got it dried up. Put it in here, and then you open this valve. The water drips on the carbide like a miner's lamp.
Yeah.
Makes gas, and it feeds the 2 headlights. The side lights and the tail light are kerosene. So the friend of mine that worked on the Magneto, he said, well, I know a guy in Oregon, Illinois, that makes modern art. He has a foundry. So he was down one day, and I showed him one of them caps. He goes, oh, I think we can make that. He made me 4 of them brass dust caps. Another friend of mine that does lettering, he made up the little decal. That's like a tape deal stuck on. But I had like this thing here, only the one I had was bigger. And I give him the cap, so he shrunk it down to fit the cap. He said, I'll make you a sheet of them. Well, I got 12 of them. But that's how you stumble into stuff. There was a guy here earlier who said he's got 3 of these. Really? And I said, so what do you got? Well, this one's an air. He's got a water. And he didn't say what the third one was. I said, well, they run? He goes, no, they're all in parts. I got a lot of work.
What's its capacity as far as thickness? Probably what?
On this machine?
Yeah,
2 inch.
2 inches. I was gonna say you wouldn't want to run more than that.
Yeah, 2 inches a limit. So it's designed to be a single blade edger. Cleans up your slabs or flitches from the head saw. So we were using it to make some sticks for piling lumber too. So
Do they also make a double-bladed one?
yes, we make industrial edgers, commercial, quite a lineup. So whatever price point and feature you might want, I think we can hit it.
chrome stacks. Dad, if we didn't have, would they at least clean the stack?
That's a good order. Otherwise, you're still. Oh yeah, Dave, we're getting ready to come up here.
And then they slide around to make the words for the different kinds of tractors.
What?
This one, and if I didn't actually build, a friend of mine, I'm a member of this non-Lynching forums. If you looked up there and saw that name, that would be me. And he built a number of these. He lives in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. My in-laws live out there. So I looked him up one time and called and asked if he, I think I personal messaged him and asked if he minded having a visitor. Sure, come on over. So that was probably 5 to 10 years ago, and every time we go out there, I go out and visit Phil. So he likes steam engines. He's built 1 or 2 gas engines, but he really loves steam engines. And this is one of his proven cylinder and piston assembly designs. But he also likes to make gears. So he decided, I want to do this with the Planetary Gear here. What he didn't realize is, like, yeah, they're the same size, which means usually they would be going the same speed. With a Planetary Gear, this one goes half speed of that one. Which meant when he put air on it and tried to run it, then it would run that far up the stroke and stop. It's like, what's going on? I messed around with the timing and everything, and he let it rest for a while and gave some more thought to it, and he realized, oh. So then he put this gear in there this runs half speed of that, so it runs it at the same speed as that. So the elliptical on here I don't know how fast it's safe to run it.
Have any idea of the PSI that you're feeding to it?
No, I don't. I've never actually hooked up a gauge to it, so I don't know. I mean, this is a needle. He actually gave me the hose and the needle valve. So this is what he would use on his steam stuff. But somewhere down the road, I need to make a brass plaque and built by Phil Oley's, Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
I wouldn't want to be either.
Focus on the 2 green bobbins.
Yeah, that is really cool.
You have 8 bobbins going clockwise, 8 bobbins going counterclockwise in a figure 8 motion.
Yeah, how they wind it up. It's like a square dance.
That's right.
27 by 42-inch wooden Altman and Taylor threshing machine. In 1923, Altman and Taylor was a major competitor to Runway. An operator is Warren Swans of Zimmerman, Minnesota. It takes a lot of work and effort to create a Haskell model. Truck has a good engine in it. This is owned by Mike and driven by Mike Travis and Corey and Mike.
And there's still so much more of the show that I didn't even get to show. We're almost on our way home now. We're walking back to the vehicle. And camera battery is also running out. We have to get home to do milking chores. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.